All right, let's dive in. Today, we're going to tackle one of the biggest, most nerve-wracking questions every single founder has to face.
This is the big one, right? And here's the thing you might not expect. The answer has almost nothing to do with timing the market or waiting for some perfect moment. Nope, it's all about hitting tangible signals that prove you're ready to turn that first check into some real momentum.
So it's really tempting to think, oh, I should raise money when my bank account is getting low. Or, hey, my pitch deck is finally perfect. But honestly, those are the wrong reasons. The real right time to raise is when you have undeniable proof. And today, we're breaking down the 7 key milestones that give you that proof.
Okay, let's start with the very first layer, the foundation of it all, proving the product. This really just comes down to 2 super simple but absolutely critical questions. Does this thing you built actually work? And does anyone even care?
And that brings us right to milestone number 1. Before you even think about the fonts on your pitch deck, you got to internalize this. A real working demo, even if it's kind of clunky, is so much louder than a beautiful pitch. It's what gets you in the door.
Yeah, think of your demo as the very first filter for any serious investor. It's what separates the talkers from the doers. It immediately shows you can execute, right? You can take an idea out of your head and make it real. That ability to actually build something, well, that's the core of what they're betting on.
Okay, so you built something, and it works. Awesome. But that leads us straight to milestone 2, which is about moving from the what to the why. Look, it's not enough to build a cool little feature. You have to be solving a real, nagging pain point, the kind of problem that literally keeps someone up at night. And the proof for this? It isn't always some fancy user metric. A lot of the time, it's the qualitative stuff you hear. It's hearing the exact same complaint over and over in user interviews. It's finding out someone jury-rigged some broken workaround just to solve this problem. And when a user just looks at you and says, if you solve this, I'm in, man, that is pure gold. That's your first taste of real traction.
All right, next up, the next layer of proof is all about proving the pull. This is where we shift our focus from what you've built to how the market is reacting to it. Are you getting a response?
And this brings us to milestone 3, getting the difference between push and pull. See, push is all your effort. You're grinding, sending cold emails, chasing leads. But pull, that's totally different. That's the market's reaction. It's when people start coming to you. That inbound email, that warm intro from someone you don't even know, or a user asking, hey, can I share this with my team? That's a huge organic signal that you've really hit a nerve.
All right, next up is a really crucial but often overlooked milestone. Number 4. You've managed to build something and deliver it even when you had almost nothing to work with. Investors aren't just looking at your product, they are absolutely judging your resilience. Showing that you can do a lot with a little, that is a massive signal of pure grit.
This quote right here, it perfectly captures an investor's mindset. When they see a founder who shipped a demo in 3 weeks with 0 budget, this is the exact math they're doing in their head. You're not asking for money to go figure things out. You're showing them the velocity you already have and inviting them to pour gasoline on the fire.
So you've proven the product works and you're getting some market pull. The final layer of proof is about the company itself. You've got to show investors you're building a real, scalable business, not just a cool side project. This means thinking way beyond the code.
And that leads us straight to milestone 5. And this one is so important. Look, a brilliant product is fantastic, but if the company structure is a total mess, a deal is just not going to close. Investors need to know that the actual entity they're putting money into is sound, serious, and ready to grow. You've absolutely got to get your operational house in order. And these aren't just boring chores, you know? They are signals that you're serious. Are you incorporated? Is all the IP legally assigned to the company? Are the co-founders on vesting schedules? Taking care of all this before you go out to fundraise just smooths out the whole process and tells investors you are ready for the big leagues.
Okay, now for milestone 6, turning all that noise into real focus. In the early days, pretty much every startup looks just like this. It's just a chaotic laundry list of features, user requests, and endless what-ifs. It's that build everything phase. And honestly, it's a total trap.
And here's the after. This is the shift. The startups that actually get funded are the ones that learn to say no. They take that chaos and they turn it into a super focused roadmap. We're talking 3 priorities deep, not 30 features wide. This kind of clarity is what investors want to fund. It shows you have a strategy, not just a dream.
And that brings us to our final one, milestone 7. And I want you to notice the wording here. Just enough proof. You don't always need revenue. What you do need is a clear signal. Maybe it's a wait list of 500 highly technical users, or a free pilot with a big-name company, and a crystal clear plan for exactly what you'll do with their money.
And this is exactly what a clear plan looks like. You're not just vaguely saying, we need to hire more people. No, you are mapping every single dollar of that capital to a specific outcome. You're saying, with this money, we will achieve these exact things by this specific date. This completely flips the script. You're not asking for a bet anymore. You're presenting a strategic investment plan.
Now, holding all of this together is one final, really crucial shift. It's not a milestone you're going to list on a slide, but it's something every single investor can feel. It's the move from thinking like a builder to thinking like a CEO.
Just look at the difference here. A builder, they're focused on shipping the next piece of code. A CEO, on the other hand, is obsessed with the one metric that actually matters to the business. A builder tells a great story to their customers. A CEO weaves all of these proof points we've been talking about into one compelling story for their investors. It's a huge change in how you see the world.
So at the end of the day, your whole fundraising pitch boils down to this narrative. You're connecting all the dots for them. We identified a real pain, we built the proof, we saw a real market pull, and now we have a clear strategic ask to scale it. When you can tell that story with total confidence, you're ready.
And that just leaves us with one last powerful question you really need to ask yourself. Are you raising money to go figure it out, or are you raising because you already have? The difference between those two is everything. It's the difference between desperation and momentum. Thanks for tuning in.